Hello friends. One merit of poetry few persons will deny. It says more and in fewer words than prose. We are here to sleep on a small but profound poem, Next Please, written by Philip Larkin. He is one of the leading figures of the movement poetry. This poem was first appeared in his collection of poetry, The Less Deceived. This is a philosophical poem that reflects on life. The poem puts forward the importance of living in the present. And the other themes of the poem include inevitability of death, folly of expectancy, and endless wish of humans. Next Place comprises 6 stanzas of 4 lines each, and AABB is the rhyming scheme of this poem. Now let us go through the poem in stanza-wise. Always too eager for the future, we pick up bad habits of expectancy. Something is always approaching, every day till then we say. The first stanza focuses mainly on the human nature of expectation. Most human beings eagerly wait for the future to fulfill their desires and expectations. Notice that Larkin pictures expectancy as a bad habit. Here, the poet tries to emphasize on the need to live in the present rather than being impatient with it. The something that always approaches and draws near every day is the future. But the irony is that no future arrives. Even then, every day people wait for the future to fulfill their life. Well, let us move to the second stanza. Watching from a bluff, the tiny, clear, sparkling armada of promises draw near. How slow they are, and how much time they waste, refusing to make haste. The second stanza is all about waiting for the future. In this stanza, we can see the use of extended metaphor of ships. The sparkling armada of promises that draw near is the future. Here, the people wait for the future as they think future would bring fortunes to them. And that's why they complain how slow they are and how much time they waste. Just think, who really wastes time? Is it the future? No, never. It is we human beings who waste time by waiting for the future that never comes. Remember that tomorrow never comes. Now the third stanza goes like this. Yet still they leave us holding wretched stalks of disappointment. For though nothing balks each big approach, leaning with brasswork print each rock distinct. In this stanza we can see a tone of disappointment. See, the expectations of a splendid future just leave us. It is because they don't come to us. The expectations on future, it's just like wretched stalks. Here, stalk represents the potentiality of a flower. And like this, we just remain unfulfilled with only potentiality left over. And that's all about the third stanza. Flat and figurehead with golden tips, arcing our way, it never anchors. Here it says that the sparkling armada of promises, that is, the golden future that we dream of, never comes. The golden tips refers to the material wealth, or it can also refer to the sensual pleasures of the life. It is no sooner present than it turns to past, right to the last. It means when we become too eager about the future, we fail to see the beauty of present. And this present quite naturally slips into the past and we finally miss it. For such people, present is lost, future never comes, and the past is just a memory. Actually, they forget to live lively. And that's the end of the fourth stanza. The second last stanza depicts a life wasted by waiting and waiting for something that never comes. Let us go through the lines. We think each one will have to and unload all good into our lives. All we are owed for waiting so devotedly and so long, but we are wrong. Here we think of a sparkling ship of armada with fortunes in it. Now, because we have waited so devotedly for a long time, we think that we must be rewarded. That is, we think that the ships will have to unload all good into our lives. But unfortunately, we are wrong. No future comes as we expected it to be. And that's all about this stanza. Well, friends, have you noticed? All these 5 stanzas were about life, about our expectancy, about our waiting for a glorious future, and about some kind of disappointments we feel when things don't happen according to our wish and will. Unlike these, the last stanza is about death, and it is the only certain thing in our life. And the stanza goes like this. Only one ship is seeking us, black-sailed, unfamiliar, towing at her back a huge and birdless silence. In her wake, no waters breathe or break. This stanza reflects the harsh reality of life. Nobody knows when death comes. And most of us don't even wish to die, do we? I don't think so. Here comes a black-sailed, unfamiliar ship in silence. And that's death. When the future abstains from us, death just arrives, though uninvited. That is, death is inevitable. Nobody can win it over. No matter whether we are rich or poor, black or white, death just lays its icy hands on us. And thus ends this poem in a dark humor. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you feel it worthwhile, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.